City Clerk Ellen Rankin, please read the notice of the public hearing.
The first hearing is scheduled for requests of Milwaukee Area Technical College for a special use permit. We're in receipt of a letter from their attorneys saying, on behalf of our client, Milwaukee Area Technical College District Board, we request an adjournment until June 6, 1995 of the public hearing on our client's special use permit previously scheduled for May 2, 1995. We request the adjournment so MATC can complete arrangements to secure additional off-street parking.
Thank you. I'll accept the motion to...
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I move that the hearing regarding MATC be adjourned to June 6, 1995.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The hearing will be held June 6th. Then we'll proceed to the next public hearing.
Public hearing on proposed improvement of the alley located between the east city limits and South 56th Street from West Walker Street to north of West National Avenue by construction of new concrete alley pavement.
Having trouble with the microphone for the television. It's on now, isn't it? Yeah. It wasn't on before? Well, to take us through this next public hearing, Dennis Johnson, our city engineer, will explain the project.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Someone could turn down the lights. The procedures for this evening's public hearing are as follows. The city clerk has read the notice of the hearing. We'll have an explanation of the project and the costs. We'll talk about the assessment rates and the method of payments. We'll then open the hearing up for remarks or questions from the citizens affected. The hearing will then be closed and the project referred to the Board of Public Works. The discussion to approve, disapprove, or modify the project will be determined by the Common Council at a future council meeting. This slide shows the overall limits of the project. The alley east of 56th Street from Walker Street to a point north of National Avenue is one of the last remaining gravel alleys in West Allis. We did receive a petition from 10 households abutting the alley asking us to consider this project for our 1995 capital improvements program. We have a few slides now just to run you through the project, show you what the project looks like. This would be at the south end, just north of National Avenue. This is a 14-foot wide alley. If this portion were improved, we'd be widening it to the limits about where the power poles are on either side. So the bushes on the north side would probably have to come out. Same area, a little bit closer. This would be right at the bend in the L, looking to the north. It would be Washington Street in the background. The alley would be widened from about 1.5 feet off of the fence to about where the power pole would be a 20-foot alley. This would be at Washington Street, the entrance into Woods, Wisconsin, looking to the south. This would be looking to the north. It would be Mineral in the background. It would be at Mineral Street. This would be looking south at Mineral. This would be looking north at Mineral, kind of mid-block. This would be a typical example of what the finished 20-foot alley would look like. A gravel alley has unique problems unlike other types of surfaces. Drainage is poor, and potholes are an ongoing problem. The city no longer has a grader and consequently cannot shape the surface to maintain a smooth surface. In the wintertime, snow plows tend to plow gravel into the sodded areas. We propose to install storm sewer and catch basins as required to drain the various alleys. We also propose to set the alley to the proper grade, install a 4-inch crushed stone base, and construct a new 7-inch thick.
Half the people that go to work at Soldiers Home drive down that alley because the streets are so bad. Why are the streets so bad? It's a no trucking street, and yet every day he'll tell you how many big semis come in there and go into Soldiers Home with loads of gravel, haul out loads of dirt, concrete, and the people at Soldiers Home tell them to use Washington Street. Don't go out our nice front yard. Are you going to address that as part of that alley repavement? Because if you repave the alley, and I'm for it, I want it, but it's going to be more of a racetrack than ever unless we get something in addition to the alley.
Is that every day that those trucks come down there?
Every day. You went down there and parked one day. When did you go? I don't know when you went. They went down there.
I was there at 5 o'clock when they were all leaving, and they were coming out. That's where we were watching when they were coming out of Soldiers Home.
And none of them stopped, did they, at the stop
No.
sign? There you go.
Yeah.
And it's a rat race. They stop at the open pantry. They get 3 donuts on a finger and a cup of coffee, and here they go. And
That's America today.
well, I think drop a few trees across the road. Maybe that'll slow them down.
Okay.
And because pretty soon the alley will be so nice you'll want to repave the street again, right? And it's a residential street. I'd like to see that gate closed, and then rebuild the alley.
We tried that. We sat with them and tried that.
Yeah, you didn't try hard enough.
Pretty hard.
I offered to bring a bulldozer down here and dig it up, didn't I? Right in your office. And I'm serious.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Terrence A. Perlick, 1116, 1118 South 56th Street. Is this going to affect the tax rate of your property tax? Is that going to raise the property tax?
We're told by our city assessor that he does not follow us around on our capital improvements projects and reassess the homes. I guess, if you considered the alley as a positive impact on your property and it were more attractive to buyers and that in turn raised the prices of the homes that you were getting for it, I suspect that would affect the assessment rate eventually, but he does not follow around our capital improvements program projects and raise your taxes.
Okay. On my garage in the alley on that, from where you enter in off of National, that little short drive there, mine is the only garage that's elevated. So I would have an approach problem. Now, can I get that approach concreted at the same time that the alley's concreted?
Yes, traditionally we only pave the alley, but various people would have different types of concrete approaches that might be warranted. What we'd recommend, this is really the cheapest time to do it, would be to talk to the contractor that's out there and make some type of arrangements to have this work done. We'd encourage that.
When do I get to see the contractor? When he starts work, or?
Well, you'd know that when he's out there working. You could call our office. We'd make arrangements for you to meet him, or we would have an inspector on site that you could contact and arrange for this work.
Yeah, because the garage is I'd say about 2 foot high, and if you go 20 feet wide, I'm going to have about a 3 foot at about a 45-degree approach, and it's going to be gravel. So that's going to give me problems. So I would want that concreted.
Yeah, we could check that grade and get back to you.
Okay.
In the design.
What about the parking, and what do I do? I live there, and my mother parks her car in back there too. Now, what do we do with the cars at the time that this is going on?
It would probably take about a month by the time the concrete had a chance to set and harden. During that time, you'd be parking in the street. We could give you parking permits to allow you to do that.
Okay. In regards to what he mentioned about VA traffic, when I first bought the house in 1989, there was a stop sign there by the VA before they came to the fence. Now, whether somebody heisted the stop sign or put it in his house for a souvenir, the stop sign is gone, and they do not stop. Now, I've talked to the police department about this twice already. Now, when they built that little brickwork up there on the corner, that blocks your view of any traffic coming from the back. And when my mother goes out and when I go out sometimes in the afternoon, and those vault trucks, they come tooling around there pretty good speed. They don't stop. There's no stopping by the gate. And you look, you don't see nothing, and when you pull out, all of a sudden you got a vault truck right behind you.
What kind of truck?
A vault truck that brings the vaults in for the cemetery.
Oh,
That brings the concrete vaults in. That's another problem. They've been driving down the street too. They're supposed to come in from a different way, and they come down the street with 10 or 12 of them on a truck and drive down our regular street and then turn up to go up into the VA for burial.
Dennis, will you talk to Cogis on that and let's get that squared away? They should come in their own entrance.
Right. But when they leave, because they put that brickwork up there in the corner, you don't really see anybody coming from the back parking lot whatsoever. And you look, if there's nobody there, you start out and they're right behind you just like that. Now, I thought they were supposed to stop or have a stop sign there before they come into, which would be our city.
Yeah.
And there's none there. Now, I talked to the police last year out at the West Allis Fair, that business fair, and I talked to them this year too. But there's still no stop sign. And if we put a new alley there, which is going to get more traffic, somebody's going to get clipped there. The children are going to be riding their bicycles down there more, and sooner or later somebody's going to get hit. Because they come tooling out of the VA pretty good.
Right, we can check on the stop sign.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Hearing none, we'll close that part of the hearing. Next order of business is where the public has an opportunity to speak to the council. Take the lectern on the right or left side. Please give your name and address when you begin, and all your statements must be directed to the chair. Now, with this large group here, we allow 30 minutes for the public to speak to the council, and I put a 3-minute limit on that so that whoever wants to talk will get a fair shake on this. But before we start, Tony Staskunis, you want to give some
Right, thank you.
advice?
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I know that many people are here tonight regarding the application by Osco Drugs. First, let me start out by stating that the matter is on our agenda tonight really for more of an informational purpose. Our committee, the License and Health Committee, had asked for information about 6 weeks ago from staff. We have not received the information that we had requested. It is on our agenda tonight really to consult with our staff and find out where the information is that we had requested about 6 weeks ago. We really hope that the information will be...
To drink and drive.
Your name and address first, please.
Ada Malm, 801 South 97.
Thank
I
you.
live here 50 years, and I see so many taverns around, so many drunk drivers. I saw by myself, when a fellow came out of that tavern, he could barely walk. She went into the car and she did drive. When we bring our liquor home, we don't drive. And so I am for liquor selling by Oscar. And I am here neighbor. I am not alcoholic, but I am against drunk drivers. And they get drunk in a tavern. You can, when you walk into tavern, you can count how many people are drunk and how many cars they have on a parking lot. And I am against drunk drivers. That's why I want to buy my liquor in a store and bring it home.
Thank you.
I'm Marion Sachs. I live at 1422 South 92nd Street. I've been a citizen and resident of West Allis for 71 years. I'm also a member of St. Aloysius for 67 years. I'm here, and I think all citizens of West Allis should be opposing adding another Class A liquor license. I am not here because I'm welcoming the drugstore openly, but I feel that if you were to say moderation, in that area of St. Aloysius, we have enough beer and liquor stores to supply the people in that area. This lady that says that she's against taverns because people get drunk only in taverns. They can get drunk at home too and go out and drive also. I just think that another thing that I'm upset that you're questioning why people are coming from out of the proximity of Osco's to object to another Class A liquor license. I think we're strongly opposing the city for doing it, and we're all residents of that. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Sherilyn Denning. My address is 8708 West Lapham Street. I have a direct response to a letter that I received from Osco Drug asking for my support of their drugstore. And I will read very quickly. I am in receipt of your letter asking for my support. I am a registered voter, and this is my response. You gave me a myth about the liquor department. It is the Osco myth, not mine. Osco said that they stated they will carry a food mark section. I ask, can you duplicate the fresh meat, the produce, the bakery, and the food items that the Town and Country provided? If the answer is yes, where will you put your drugstore? We need a food store in our neighborhood for our elders and for those of us who can't travel to the Pick and Save. Another myth was putting people out of work. Osco says they are creating jobs for the neighborhood. I say balderdash. By purchasing the Town and Country store, they already put 40 or 50 people out of work. Osco says they will hire from the neighborhood. I think
Please.
Equal Opportunity will want to have a chat with them. They say access to the liquor department. I give them credit for that. I appreciate that. They say they will not put electronic signage up. I appreciate that. But I'm asking what other kind of on-site, outside signs would they be putting up? They say another myth was that they're too close to the church and school. I don't care how far they're located. We do not need another liquor store in our neighborhood. We already have a good drugstore, Snyder Drugs. I'm afraid that another drugstore would put Snyder out of business, and I am opposed to the liquor department at Osco. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Nancy Weezy. I reside at 2127 South 84th Street. I say yes to new jobs and competitive prices. There is enough alcohol. There isn't a shortage. There is enough drunk driving occurrences. There isn't a shortage. There is enough alcoholism. There isn't a shortage. And there is enough mind-altering occurrences due to alcohol. It impairs thinking. It impairs decision-making. It is not good for our health, mentally or physically. There is enough problem with our youth, addictions, crimes, suicides. Let's clean up and be responsible adults. We don't need the extra selling of alcohol. Why can't the store go up without it? Just what are Osco's reasonings? Nothing further has been done at the job site. Does it all depend on the liquor license? What gives? We don't need it, therefore we don't want it. I say no to the liquor license. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Bob Donegan. I live at 2001 South 97th Street. Your Honor and members of the council, bear with me. I'm fighting a cold tonight, so I may have to take a break now and then. I'm here to speak as a private citizen. representing no institution. However, I would like to speak for the hundreds or perhaps thousands of people who signed that petition opposing OSCO drugs. I would like to bring your attention to a letter that appeared in the April 25th Milwaukee Journal, written by a Milwaukee alderman. It can be applied to the situation here in West Allis. Let me read it to you, and I have copies if you'd like it. Your support of OSCO Drugs' plan to open 35 stores in the Milwaukee area is short-sighted. If the company must sell liquor to be profitable, then maybe we do not need more drug stores. We certainly do not need 35 more liquor stores in Milwaukee. Here's a better idea. Have OSCO and other pharmaceutical companies that wishes to come to the Milwaukee area compete for the drugstore market. Meanwhile, let our common council, Mr. Staskunis, and the Utilities and License Committee keep on regulating the ample liquor outlets we already have, which we've got problems with them, as you well know. When Walgreens wanted to build the largest ever Milwaukee metropolitan store in my district, he said, they didn't ask for a liquor license. Now the store is operating, business is booming, and employment is up. Not one of my constituents has complained about the lack of booze, and the Utilities and License Committee has more time to watch over the several legitimate liquor stores and taverns in the area, none of which, incidentally, sell prescriptions. And it's signed by the alderman from the 9th District in Milwaukee. Much of what was written in that letter applies here in West Allis. I'm a strong agreement with the intent of that letter, and I urge you, each of you, as I look at every one of you, to not, and I say it again, do not grant the liquor license to OSCO Drugs. If you do, think of what's going to happen in the future. What would happen if Walgreens would come in and say, hey, I would like a liquor license? What would happen if Drug Emporium or other independent drugstores come in and say, we too would like liquor licenses? Next, are you aware that OSCO sent letters addressed, dear neighbor, yet people as far as 58th and Beloit, as other people have alluded to, have been sent letters? Are they 92nd and Greenfield neighbors? I doubt it. How many replies have OSCO come? Your Honor, I respect the same time that you give certain pressure groups that come in here. I only have
Nobody got more than 3 minutes.
2 more
tonight.
minutes.
A deal is a deal.
How many replies from OSCOs have come from within a 10-block area? Finally, a representative of OSCO had made negative statements about St. Al's Festival. I understand that a member of this council also has made unkindly remarks about the festival. St. Al's Festival has worked very hard with this council and the police department, and at a 40% reduction in profits. That money is badly needed to support programs which the parishioners at St. Al support. Let me tell you about them. The SHARE program.
That's not fair, Bob.
It's
we
fair.
said 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Your Honor, it's fair because
No, it isn't. We agreed to 3 minutes.
when WADA
Well,
representatives...
Mr. Donegan, please, now you can explain to the two people who can't speak tonight because you wanted to take extra time. Please be fair to everybody else who showed up
May
tonight.
I just mention 2 programs, Your Honor?
It's over.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. Mr.
Alderman
Donegan,
Murphy.
Yeah.
you would be able to leave your written comments with the city clerk,
right.
and that they would be part of the record, and the city clerk can make sure that those comments
right.
are made available to the other aldermen. I think that'd really be a good way of doing it.
All right, in closing then, Your Honor, a noted philosopher said, we are only as rich as the things we can do with...
Century, Cub Foods, or Pick and Save, which are also in the equal area of mine. I am in favor of competition. I don't understand why this city went through all kinds of lengths to get other entities into this environment, such as the efforts that were made to get an outside company like Quad Graphics into the area. Why is there a big fight to get a national firm into this area that's going to bring national attention, that's going to develop an area that has been sitting vacant for some time? Within 3 blocks of my house, another store went out, the Jack and Jill store that sat vacant for a block and a half. And I saw that area get run down, get potholes, get, people leaving garbage all over the place. There is another company in that area, thank goodness. There's a company paying taxes to the area. This is not a question about a liquor license. People have to take responsibility for controlling their own actions, whether it's the children of the area or not. I think OSCO's made some responsible steps in making sure that things happen to take care of that, whether it's putting a turnstile in the area, where it's training of their employees to make sure that they are watching for underage drinkers. I don't see that happening in other entities in this community that are selling liquor. I am definitely in favor of this. I'm in favor of competition. I'm in favor of West Allis doing these kinds of things so they can continue to be a progressive community. Thank you.
I live in a 6-block area, 1464 South 86th Street. I'm for OSCO drugs coming into the West Allis area. I've had extensive temporary assignments in the state of Illinois and have used the OSCO's services down there many times. What you're going to get is something like we don't have here now, and it's lower prices. We're going to get competition. The little stores that we have right now may be forced to lower their prices, and that's the one open pantry. You go down there and you pay premium price for a gallon of milk. I know you'll get it for a lot cheaper through OSCO. The quality of the products is great. The service is great. And I think the liquor store is insignificant. And if you're worried about a liquor store across the street from the school, maybe you ought to think about getting rid of some of the establishments that are there even closer. As far as somebody mentioned about the church, it's unfortunate that they have to use liquor as a means to raise money for the church, but there's been a lot of residents that have complained about what happens with the urination in the neighborhood because the people are drinking too much. But this goes on every year. There's been curbs going on it. There's been attempts to make it better, and I think in many instances they have. I'm not trying to offend any of the people from the church over there, but that has been a problem. We're not talking about having a festival over at OSCO. We're talking about having a tax-producing property that you don't have there now. You got an empty building. It ain't going to generate nothing for the city. But if we put in a business, it will generate taxes. It will make more employees, and will help the community. I'm for it.
My name is Jack Bartness. I live at 9400 West Barnard in Greenfield. I'm out of your area, but I did receive a survey notice from OSCO, so if they ask my opinion, I'm glad to give it here. I checked with the Walgreen corporate headquarters. They tell me they are not building any stores in the United States, new stores that have liquor in them. They're in a process of phasing out liquor where they do have them. Why Walgreens can get along without them and OSCO needs them, I will not know. Thank you.
How do you do, Your Honor? My name is Jim Landowski, 9332 West Beecher. When we started off this session today, we pledged allegiance to the flag. I'd like to know, what exactly does the flag mean? What exactly is this country built on? It's built on competitive capitalism. And that's exactly what it is. What competitive capitalism is, having no barriers to entry, letting anyone come in and let the better business win. What exactly are people worried about? They're worried about other stores like Snyder going out of business. Why would they go out of business? Well, the only reason they go out of business is because more people would want to go to OSCO. Why would they want to go to OSCO? Lower prices. I don't know about you, but I don't have a whole lot of money that I can subsidize companies with. I'd rather have the lower prices. Now, as far as a liquor license goes, does anyone seriously believe not granting a liquor license to OSCO is going to stop alcoholism? I mean, my God, if you believe that, you have to be a member of the Michigan militia. I took some economics course at the University of Wisconsin, and the 70s. And one of the things that we learned is having certain things like taxi cab medallions and licenses for this and licenses for that is it keeps out the competition. I can understand why certain entities like certain other liquor stores might not want Osco to have a liquor license. But the people who are opposed to Osco, I say very simple, if you don't like Osco, don't shop there. Real simple. And if they don't get enough people going to their store, they will go out of business. But for you to come here like you are all managers of this whole economy and say, well, this is who we're going to let in, and this is who we're not going to let in, is absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense. It is, this is not the Soviet Union we're living in. This is the United States of America, where a company can come in, and if they offer a good plan, if they offer lower prices and good service, they'll survive. If they don't, they won't. I suggest the city of West Allis stand up for what this country was built on, competitive capitalism, and let the winners fall where they may. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is John Arena. I live at 2672 South 72nd. I am not a neighbor of Osco or the immediate vicinity, but I'm in favor of it because of business. We're all here, we all realize what trickle-down effect is. I happen to work for Ring A America, which is a printing company, and I do print, and we print stuff for Jewel and Osco. And to me, it puts money in my pocket directly, which pays your salaries through taxes. Liquor license or no liquor license, I'll buy liquor regardless. If it's at Osco, if it's at Pick and Save, if it's at Century, or if it's at Discount or Cooktas. I mean, who cares? I think the people here are just afraid of more competition. If you can give a license to Walgreens to put up business right next to Triangle, which has been there for 1,000 years, why can't you give a license and open up your arms to Osco? Thank you.
I'm Valerie.
Pull that down a little.
I'm Valerie Schermeister, 8536 West Oklahoma, Village of Manor Park. I represent the Hosea Group. The Hosea Group is a group of Christian people of different denominations who are here to help the community. We have no business plans. We are just thinking of the future of our children and the community. We don't have the advertising means that Osco has. They've wined and dined people. They've put out letters and envelope and cards for us to sign backing them. They were all over the establishment which I live in, and many of them were opposed. I tried to go around getting people to come to this meeting and to sign petitions, and I wasn't allowed to because of a solicitation. But because they had money enough for postage, they were able to advertise more. In the letter they sent out, they called the opposition liars. Are you going to believe your fellow churchmen in your community or a big business? Which is more important, big business and or the future of your children and community? Thank you.
My name is John King, and I reside at 1491 South 98th Street. We've only been residents in the area for about 2 years. We've shopped a few times at Town and Country, but we never found the place to be our liking. It was depressing inside. The building is run down. It was really a place. Osco didn't force Town and Country out of business. It forced itself out of business. What we're talking about here is Osco Drugs willing to put a couple of $1 million, take a Sausier, turn it into a silk purse, make a nice modern building out of it, bring it up to the latest codes, create a bunch of jobs, pay a lot of taxes for the city, county, and the state. If it means granting them a
letter, I've told you exactly how our association feels, and I appreciate your sincere desire to analyze that letter and go from there. Thank you very much.
Right. That closes the hearing. Alderman Murphy, will you take care of the agenda? Please recognize Gary Barzak, City Clerk.
Mr. Rinka, are there any additions?
There are no additions, there's just one change. Item number 19, we would ask that change the referral from Safety and Development to Public Works. Number 19 to Public Works.
With that amendment, I move adoption of the agenda.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? We have an agenda. Miscellaneous business. Hearing none, we'll have the report of standing committees. Alderman Murphy, Chairman of Finance, Administration, Finance.
No report at this time, Mr.
Thank
Mayor.
you. Alderman Sangstock, Chairman of Public Works.
Mr. Mayor, I have two items number 83 and number 84. Position of the committee, all four members in attendance at the last session. 83 is report, that's to place a report on file. 84 is an offer to purchase, that is to disapprove the offer to purchase, a place on file. Again, signed by all four members. Mr. Mayor, I so move.
Roll call?
No roll call.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motions are carried.
That is all.
Alderman Gary Barzak, Chairman of Safety and
No
Development.
report at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Alderman Tony Siskunis, Chairman of License and Health.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Vince Vitale, Chairman
report
of...
this time, Mr. Mayor.
No report. Miscellaneous business.
Mr. Mayor, I move we adjourn to the conclusion of the recess meetings.
It's moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? We are in recess. Come to order. City Clerk Ellen Ranka, please call the roll.
Alderman Reinke, Sangstock, Stiskunis, Trudell, Shipleski, Vitale,
Here.
Barzak,
Here.
Lang, Murphy, Narlock.
Here.
10 present, none absent, Mr.
We have a
Mayor.
quorum. Meeting will proceed. Report on standing committees. Alderman Murphy, Chairman of Administration and Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have the original committee report, 80, 81, and 82, signed by 5 members of the committee. I so move.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Was that a resolution? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
We then have the remainder of the items, 13, 11, 12, and 50, signed by 5 members of the committee, all for approval or placing on file. Mr. Mayor, I so move.
Second, thanks.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? City Clerk Alden Rankin, please call the roll.
Alderman Reinke, Sangstock, Stiskunis, Trudell, Vitale,
Aye.
Barzak,
Aye.
Lang, Murphy,
Aye.
Narlock,
Aye.
Shiplewski. 10 in favor, none opposed, Mr.
Motion
Mayor.
is carried.
That concludes the report.
Thank you. Alderman Jim Sangstock, Chairman of Public Works.
Good job.
Mr. Mayor, we have a number of resolutions. They are set forth in the agenda as being items 51 through 59. 61 and 62, the position of the committee signed by all 5 members is to adopt the resolution. Mr. Mayor, I move in accordance with the...
I'd like to bring your attention to item number 63 in tonight's agenda, signed by all 5 members of the committee. I move that the ordinance be passed.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Reinke, Sangstock, Stiskunis, Trudell, Shiplewski, Vitale,
Aye.
Barzak,
Aye.
Lang, Murphy, Narlock.
Aye.
10 in favor, none opposed, Mr. Mayor.
Motion carried.
That is all, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Alderman Tony Siskunis, Chairman of License and Health Committee.
Mr. Mayor. Thanks, Tim.
Alderman Tony.
Mr. Mayor, I refer the council's attention to items 22 and then 28 through 40 on tonight's agenda. They are various license applications. They were discussed by the License and Health Committee at our recess meeting. The committee voted unanimously to approve these license applications. Mr. Mayor, I move for their approval.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Reinke. Sangstock. Stiskunis.
Aye.
Trudell.
Aye.
Chaplevsky.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Barzak. Lang. Murphy. Narlock. 10 in favor, none opposed.
Motion carried.
Next, Mr. Mayor, we have item 75, which is the findings and recommendations in the matter of Mariah's of West Allis, Clarence Damask, agent. Mr. Mayor, the License and Health Committee recently held 3 nights of hearings regarding the suspension and/or revocation of the Mariah Tavern license. The committee voted 4 in favor and 1 voting present, that being Alderman Reinke, that the license be revoked effective at 12:01 a.m. on May 9, 1995. Mr. Mayor, I move in accordance with the committee's recommendation.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded.